Genesis 37, verse 8 to 12. I read. And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his word. Chapter verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, behold, I have dreamt a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moons and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren. And his father rebuked him and said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and the mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee? Verse 11. And his brethren envy him, but his father observed the same. Look at something in verse 11. The Bible said, but the brethren, they envy him, but the father observed. Another version said, but the father kept quiet and said nothing. So in other words, even the father wasn't happy with the dream the man had. Am I talking to somebody here? Do you know there are times you will bring a particular vision that you had for yourself to your family members, and everybody will get angry with you? Verse 12. Hear this. And his brethren went feed their father's flock in Shechem. I want to share with us what I captured: the process of Joseph's greatness. The process of Joseph's greatness. You know, all of us have been talking about Joseph. We will preach and make reference of Joseph. We will tell people about Joseph. Some of us have preached and talked about Joseph. We said our dream cannot die. We are using Joseph. But sir, there's a revelation God gave me from this place. The dream Joseph had was a revelation about his life. But the beginning of that journey for that greatness wasn't a good one. The Bible said the brothers envy him, but the father kept quiet. Another word, the father observed the same, but didn't say a word. Sir, in other words, you are still trying to reason. You are still trying to fathom the kind of person Joseph will be. When you go to Genesis 38, the Bible said that the brothers started getting angry and looking for a means to kill him. Now look at this. It's not every time that God gives you a vision of yourself that you share with people. Yes, sir. There are some revelations about yourself that you don't tell people. You only pray for it to manifest. Many of us, God gave us business ideas in our place of prayer. It came by revelation, and you took the idea and you share it with another person, and the person that has money with you invested in the idea and is making way. You will tell people, it is me that told the person there. Nobody will accept you. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes. It's not every revelation about yourself that you tell people about it. There are some certain things about yourself you need to keep it to yourself. The journey of Joseph's greatness. Joseph was 17 years old when he had this dream. Can I tell you something, church? God will show you the greatness of your life even when you are 7 years old. But he won't have done that in here. The glory is being revealed, but the process is hidden. Because if God begins to show you the kind of things that will happen to you before you get to where he has promised for you, sir, you will change your mind. The 4 P's that made Joseph who Joseph was. The 4 P's. The first P is the pit. Genesis chapter 37 verse 24. Let me read. Hear this. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. They took him and put him in the pit. Do you know that in your process of the journey of greatness to your life, there are people that will put you in a pit. There are people that will put you in a pit. What is the meaning of the pit? Sir, when you are kept in a pit, you are confined in a place. You can't go anywhere. So the pit stands as a delay. They say, let us delay him. Let's keep him here. Let's delay him so that we'll see what will become of the dream. So they know that while Joseph will be in that pit, there will be nobody that can help him. They know that the pit, son, the pit will delay him. So Joseph, if you stay in this pit, there's no way out for you. Do you know that sickness is a pit to somebody? Do you know that failure is a pit that has been in front of you? It's keeping you on the spot. Others are excelling, you are still there. And you are asking yourself, when will I come out from this thing? When you start seeing some issues happening to your life, know that God is taking you on the airline to greatness. But on that airline to greatness, the plane peradventure might miss the airport and go to another country. That you will still need to sit and wait for another transit. Am I talking to somebody? The only plane that doesn't crash is the plane that God puts you inside. But can I tell you the truth? It doesn't mean that because Jesus is the pilot of the plane, you will not miss stop on the air. You will meet it. On the road to greatness, there are pits that will be in front of you. All you need to do is hold on to God. Joseph decided to hold on to God. That's the pit. No. On that road to greatness, God has told you, you will be a business tycoon. But you remember one time, there are times in your life you took your money, went to the market, buy goods, and every day your shop is open. And for 3 months, you cannot sell half of the money. And yet God is still, while you are in the shop, you doze off. And you enter a small night sleep, and God is showing you where people are calling you boss. The 7 containers just landed. Boss, we want to empty this warehouse. Boss, this, am I talking to somebody here? As you woke up, the customer is knocking. You want buy for how much? Say 50. The second P of Joseph's life is the Potiphar's house. The process of Joseph's greatness, the 4 P's of Joseph's life that made him to be who Joseph is, that all of us are celebrating today. Number 2, Potiphar's house. Genesis 39 verse 1. Let me read from here. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. Hear this. They sold him. And when he entered Egypt, how can I do this thing to my master and sin against my God? But while in that prison, Joseph was still trusting and depending on God. And in that same prison, a man had a dream. 2 of them had a dream. And they brought it to Joseph. And he interpreted the dream. The Bible said they went. But they forgot about Joseph for another 3 years. Another 3 years. And when the king had a dream, that is taking us to the last P. The king had a dream, and nobody could interpret it. Then the cupbearer remembered the dream that he had, and remembered that of the chief buckler. The Bible said, and the chief buckler prophecy came to pass. He baked cake, and Pharaoh ate it. He committed a crime. They hanged him, and birds started feeding on him. And the cupbearer remembered, and he says that there's somebody in prison. Do you know that on the journey of your greatness, people will forget about you? Yes. They will only remember you at the dying minute. They forgot about him. They forgot about Joseph. 3 years. But that day, the cupbearer says, sir, there is a man in prison. He's a Hebrew boy. This boy can give you the interpretation of the dream. And hear this one. The Bible said, the king said, go and bring me the man. When they brought Joseph before the king interpreted. He told Joseph about his dream. Joseph gave him the interpretation. After giving the interpretation, he gave him advice. And then he said to the king, for us not to suffer these 7 years of famine, look for somebody that is wise, that will control this thing. And Pharaoh said, Joseph, it cannot be another person. There cannot be another wise person like you. He said, Joseph, I am making you in charge of the whole of the provinces of Egypt. That's the 4th P, Prime Minister. They made him the Prime Minister. he became the prime minister. Genesis chapter 41 from verse 41 to 45. You will see it there. Pharaoh said, Joseph, there can nobody that is wiser than you. Yeah. Nobody can have this sense than you. So Joseph will put you in charge. But can we look at the life of Joseph before he became the prime minister? The brothers wanted to kill him. Because of envy, they carry him down in pits. Do you know that there are people that put you in your pit because they envy you? You think that they only envy people that have money? Sir, there are people that are not happy that you are popular. They are looking for a means to put you in prison, but they forget to know that the only place they will not look for a means to put you is prime minister position. Because you will give an advice that even their own will not work. Have you not heard people have that problem? People give counsel, give advice. Some person just can't give one advice. They say no, the one way talk and so. Not correct. Say no for this way. I don't notice. I say anytime we give you advice, it will work. More just make you an advisor. You start hearing people. We will study counseling for school. They don't give you the position. You are back to greatness. There must be challenges. If they don't come, ask God to give you. Sir, don't allow God to take you to the position of a prime minister before he start bringing the pit, the prison, and Potiphar's house. Yeah. Let him bring them before you get to the prime minister. Because, sir, in that place of that prime minister, it will be a thing of sorrow for you. It is better to be poor and become rich than to be rich and then become poor. You will commit suicide. You start telling people, I used to have money. What happened now? So I'm going to pray, Lord, let me be available to make use of the grace that is in front of me to go through this process. Lift up your voice and say, God, I thank you for today. Father, thank you for today.